location? Fingers. Do you want to add your fingers now?
Yeah, I'll add it here in a little bit.
They have their own channel as an actual.
What's up?
Granny on his phone. Somehow he ended up getting Granny on his phone.
Getting what?
The game Granny.
Oh.
That doesn't cost him kid.
No, it's not.
It's about $20 a kid. Maybe more for the price.
What is it, just make extra, right?
Yeah. Should be. Yeah. I was trying to remember if it was that or exclamation at the end or not. Why are you going through his phone?
That's his mother's face, what you do. Has nothing to do with it. Do I want to automatically back up device data?
Shit, yes, when I'm done. What's going on?
It's hard, posting, I have the same issue with your no kids deserve anything like this, but it is, it's hard to say, and there's only get mad right now, but it is what it is, and just accept it. And no, you did nothing wrong. It's just how it is. And you just do your best that you can through the girl and get her the help that she needs. And you do the best you can. And
What's going on?
she's taking Hazel to the nursery room.
Why?
I think she's having seizures.
Really?
Yep.
Why did she think that?
She's, that thing that she did yesterday,
Yeah.
she's done it 15 times today. And then she lay down on Amanda's lap. And then again jumped up and projectile vomited, and now she's passed out.
Oh wow. Yeah, she needs to go to the ER.
She's taking her to the emergency room and she's just freaking out right now. And I told her, you know, you just gotta take it out, whatever they say it is, you just have to take it and just do your best as a parent.
Yeah, she doesn't need this.
And like, I understand where you're coming from. I was the same wreck when I found out about Andrew.
Yeah.
And no kids deserve this, but it is
No, they
what it
don't.
is. I mean, you gotta,
You just gotta take it with what it is.
you
You
know,
can't do anything about it. Hi, Carol. Thanks for joining the live stream. I really appreciate it. Just got a phone call from a friend that something's going on with her daughter, and I was just getting the background. I didn't know what was going on, so. What? No, I'm just now getting some people in, so. How's your day been going? How's your weekend so far? A little bit. In a bit, though. Okay. Well, in my live stream, I generally show how I cook my dinners. If it's anything that has any kind of a process to making it, I'll live stream it. I do that because there's a lot of people out there that don't know how to cook anything. And I know a lot of my subscribers do know how to cook, but there's some things I do cook that people get ideas. And if there's something that I want to do that I've never done before, I just do a simple Google search, something anybody would do. And I pick the first one or two. If I have the ingredients for it, if I don't, I move down to the next one, and so on and so forth. And it gives people a better idea on better techniques or thoughts on what they want to make or how to make something they've never done before. And have a lot of socialization and camaraderie on my channel. I generally sit and wait about 10, 15, depending on the amount of people I have in. I may wait, about 20 minutes if I'm still setting things up. And I generally, I have a cigarette or, drink some coffee while I'm waiting and just chat with whoever is in with me so far. So. Tonight I'm doing chicken tenders and mac and cheese and some veggies, canned veggies. Um, Nothing spectacular, but again, there's a lot of people that don't know how to cook chicken tenders. Um, I don't do it with chicken breast. I do it with chicken thighs because chicken thighs are kind of a mixture between white and dark meat, and they're a lot juicier. My wife doesn't like chicken breast because she thinks it's too dry, so I use thighs, and it really balances it out. So, where are you from? Tell me a little bit about yourself. Um, I'm from just outside St. Louis, Missouri. Uh, Married, have a wife, son. Um, I do this all from home. Nothing spectacular or special about it, but it really does help a lot of people out, and I've made a lot of friends. So, I thought that guy had said he was going to turn himself in.
You too said.
Are you watching Anger?
Only thing you got the comments.
Andrew, don't. That's my son, you guys. Andrew P. He is watching my live stream. How you doing, John? Oh, we're not actually in St. Louis. We're just south of St. Louis a little bit, in a much quieter, um, better town. I'll say that. But not much. Had a lot of rainstorms this morning. It's still kind of icky out. It's not really raining anymore, but well, good evening, Miss Ruby. How are you doing? Yeah, it was really windy as well. I had to run into the store during the rain because I had to get some milk. We were out of milk, and um, I had to make some pancakes and eggs for the boys. We have both of our nephews for the next few days, and they like pancakes. I'll say that. Oh, how big is your greenhouse? I didn't know you had one. I worked on the house a little bit today. When we moved in, a lot of the flooring needed replaced, and some of it still does in some of the rooms, but it's not as bad as it was like throughout the living room and hallway and stuff. And uh, when I set up the laundry area, I made a little platform with 2x4s and plywood and stuff. Well, it was sagging for some reason. I don't understand why. But on the washer side, so I ended up taking the platform out today, which ended up having to move the washer and dryer and redo a bunch of wood, cut a bunch of wood, stuff like that. So I got that done today, and the platform was only 3 inches high, 4 inches high, but it was enough to set the washer off just a little bit. I didn't like the way it looked, so I was nervous about it. Just wanted to make sure, because that's a lot of weight, and I just wanted to make sure everything was going to be fine. I just laid the plywood that I had on top back down and snugged it back down. Oh, okay, yeah, well, I mean, if that's all you need, I don't even have that, so. But I'm not into really growing much. We don't have any land here, so. I mean, I have a front yard and a backyard, which is better than what we had where we lived before. But I don't have enough room for a greenhouse, or I've got a utility shed and a nice big back deck and a nice little front deck and stuff. But other than that, I don't really have much room. Detangle your plugs and rescue your dog. What was going on? Why did your dog have to be rescued? Okay. Oh, okay, okay. Okay, so tonight, I'm not doing anything extravagant or anything I haven't done before. Just doing some homemade chicken tenders and some simple stuff that our boys will eat. Well, not all three of our boys, but sorry about my mess. You guys kind of have an idea of how things are set up here anyway. A lot of you do.
on your tablet.
Very dangerous.
Yeah, I know. I see that you're in there.
Oh, this is a terrible. This is a terrible.
Okay, well that's a cool little setup.
That we're hearing from the California Highway Patrol. You're hearing, getting reports there are children on board this vehicle. Children on board the vehicle, 100 miles an hour, northbound 405 freeway. Suspect got to just about the 101, got off the freeway, and got back on northbound side of the 405. We're hearing early on that there were multiple suspects in the vehicle. And let's try to get over right over the freeway pattern.
I could do something that size.
LAPD.
Little 4 foot by 6 foot.
Patrol in position to take over this pursuit.
Oh, sorry, 6 foot by 8 foot.
4 units of the
I could do something
California Highway
easily
Patrol
that
in
size.
pursuit.
I just don't have the money for it.
Multiple suspects
I'd like to, because I'd like to grow
Now we're hearing that from the Highway Patrol that there may be children on board.
my own vegetables and stuff, but
Northbound 405 from Sherman Way.
okay.
California Highway Patrol about to take
I don't
over
know
the
who's
case.
trying to get on Uber.
Started in the Reseda area near the area of
I just got a message that my Uber code,
Roscoe and Louise. The pursuit
because
standard for
Uber
crosswalk
verifies
onto the 405 freeway,
your phone number
jumping
and
onto the
sends you a
118
code when you try to log in.
the 210 to the 5,
And I just had the verification code sent to me.
Did you deny it?
southbound 405
It,
almost to the
you don't, if you don't have get the code, you don't get,
coming through the
you
Van
don't
Nuys
get to log
area.
in.
Speeds 100 miles an
I
hour.
don't know. I'll be here on my phone.
That's weird. I just had, okay, if you guys have ever used Uber before, or any of the ride-sharing apps, a lot of them will, you log in by your phone number. And when you log in, it sends you a verification code, like a two-factor authentication. And it sends you a text message with a code. I just had somebody try to log into my Uber account. That's really weird.
I don't know even. I don't know how that stuff works. So it's not.
That's not you.
California Highway Patrol is taking the lead on the pursuit.
I didn't want it.
I was just showing you.
I need to figure this out. I need to figure out what could be going on. I don't even have Uber on my phone right now. I delete it if I don't need to use it to save space on my phone.
We had the Highway Patrol in trail, 100 miles an hour. I'm going to pull up to a wide shot. There's the California Highway Patrol unit. Got some distance between him and the suspect vehicle. Also, we're hearing that this vehicle is wanted for suspect.
It may have been somebody had a wrong phone number,
Violation and explosive violation.
put in the wrong number or something.
That entails as far as the explosive violation, but they believe the suspect may be armed. Because of that, they were not willing to do the pit maneuver. That is the LAPD West Valley Division was not willing to do the pit maneuver due to safety of officers. Now it's 100 miles an hour, continuing northbound on the 405. And he's got the 118 ahead of him. We'll see if he takes that again. He did it before. All across lanes, back across.
Yeah, when we didn't have our a vehicle or a running vehicle,
And there he goes.
we used Uber and Lyft ride sharing services and stuff.
He's going to commit to the 110 or the 118. Once again, he's going to do this eastbound 118.
Okay.
And they believe the suspect armed and dangerous. California Highway Patrol reporting just moments ago that the suspect may have children.
Oh, I know, John, and it makes things really easy to be able to do it that way. Yeah, but the thing is, John,
Eastbound 118.
I have
Coming up to the past the 5 freeway already, now coming up to the 210. Okay, understood.
Cards attached to my Uber account, and if so, I'm going to get on. I'm going to take them off the account just in case.
Over the creek
I don't know,
fire.
as soon as something goes through that, I don't approve.
Going on,
Do what?
I'll know as soon as I.
looks like it's gonna
Yeah, I mean, we'll know as soon as something tries to go through.
When you call an Uber saying I did not authorize that, that is not mine.
next to the
Yeah. Well, they won't be able to get into it without my code. But
this is Paxton off on Surface Street now. And the McMurray got cross traffic here for the officers. Very dangerous situation there. The suspect continuing now eastbound.
okay, so I'm going to make strips. I'm actually going to pound these out a little thinner than they are.
I believe that is southbound of Leno. California Highway Patrol still in tow, in pursuit. Through the Hoima area.
Gotta find my mallet.
But it may not be very much longer northbound turn, also back the other direction.
This is a good pounding mallet.
Okay, good, keep going.
This will not only tenderize the chicken, but it'll get it all to an even size, so that when they cook, they'll cook evenly. Okay, John, thank you for coming in. I really appreciate it.
Coming back at us, westbound. Into an alleyway, it looks like this maybe is the, no, billboard is this little alleyway there. And now we're gonna go southbound. That might be a LAPD unit, let's see. Yes, it is a LAPD that just took over the pursuit from the city THPN. Suspect armed and dangerous. Wanted for weapons and explosive violation. Pursuit started in the Reseda area. It's been on several freeways in the San Fernando Valley, now in the Clement area on Surface Street. This has been eastbound. Unfortunately, you can't get over the pursuit due to temporary flight restrictions due to one of the fires in the area, the creek fire. Eastbound. Off of that road, right down the middle, make a turn out and for red light. Northbound Foothill Boulevard. Now you'll definitely have a chance to get
Now I'm just going to trim off the fat before I slice them.
Or southbound or we've seen speeds of over 100 miles an hour in this pursuit, and right now about 80 miles an hour. There's California Highway Patrol coming into the pursuit, LAPD in pursuit, the Foothill Division now, but they're going to hand it over to that CHP, those CHP units. Here they come. And now California Highway, for the second time in this pursuit, is taking over. Lock Miata, Flint Ridge area coming into this Pasadena area very shortly. California Highway Patrol there now taking over again from the LAPD. Miles an hour. Speed picking up here. The California Highway Patrol closing the gap. There's confirmation that there's a child on board. That's a very unfortunate situation in this pursuit. Armed and dangerous subject wanted a weapon and explosives violation.
Yeah, chicken, you can't really get tired of. I mean, if you have it day in and day out,
Started in the Reseda area.
it can get boring, but there's so many ways to cook chicken. And it's not just grilled or fried like, you know, McDonald's is going to make you think. It's, you can saute chicken, you can cut up, make chicken salad, you can barbecue chicken, you can fry chicken, you can do all kinds of stuff with chicken.
Transition ahead. Slowed it down to about 60 miles an hour now, so we'll see what the suspect's thinking here. Said to be a passenger in the passenger front seat.
And chicken, depending on the cut, is pretty inexpensive.
Nice job, Patrick.
And that's what makes it so versatile. It's very healthy.
Traffic is clear ahead. Freeway near the 210 and 210 junction. You can see California Highway Patrol.
One thing you want to be careful of is sometimes some people are really picky about, you know, where their food actually comes from, and I understand that. But when you don't have a lot of money and you have to feed a lot of people, or kids who eat like there are a lot of people, then chicken is really useful.
Thank you. California Highway Patrol making a traffic stop. They have their arms, their guns drawn. You can't really see them very well right now because we're trying to keep a shot of this suspect in the vehicle. We have a little narrow window here.
Nothing, you know what you missed, and you don't need to be commenting
Keep an eye
either.
on the suspect, but certainly CHP
No, you didn't.
on a traffic stop with armed and dangerous suspect on board this car and a child in the rear seat.
Oh yeah, chicken and dumplings, chicken noodles. I mean, lots of way to make chicken.
Wow. Definitely a standoff situation. The suspect is
Chicken
on the
curry.
phone with dispatchers in this pursuit. We see two people there moving around inside the car. The driver, the passenger, see that one there. Moving around the passenger
It
seat.
might be.
Also, the child.
Supposed to be getting some more this afternoon, this evening.
I see a really big box.
Oh wow, this is a terrible situation happening right now. If this is true, that suspect, and it might be, we see something lit there in this man. suspect hand. I'm gonna go in tight. You're hearing that the suspect is threatening to explode the vehicle. He's wanted for explosives. Look at that, he's got a lighter there. He's lighting something there. We don't know if he's starting to light something on fire, but this guy wanted for explosives violations as well as weapons violations. Now he's telling dispatchers that he's gonna, if the cops don't back off, he's gonna explode something or light something on fire. And definitely he has something on fire in there. I don't know if that's a lighter. It's a little tough to see, but he's threatening to do that with a child on board.
So how's your weekend going so far, Miss Ruby?
Freeway. This is near Orange Grove. Sorry, Orange Grove Boulevard.
Turn it on.
Fix it in a minute.
Okay, that's fine.
Got Roblox.
Come back
Minecraft.
when you get the chance, Ruby.
Store.
Talking about
Downloading for you.
igniting something in the vehicle. The driver looks like he's got his head out the window talking to the California Highway
All
Patrol.
you need right here.
And the passenger appeared to have something that maybe a cigarette lighter or
I think this is
something
good
that
right
lit on fire there.
What is that on Benny?
here. Ready?
No, only Bloody can not. Me and Ryan cannot handle.
He's got his hands out the window. He's showing something to the CHP. Looks agitated. The driver looks agitated. Holding something out the window right now. It's a little tough to see. Oh, something
I
lit.
really can't.
Looks like something lit. It's hard to tell.
And what about FGTV videos?
Yeah, he didn't care. He didn't nothing like that.
Okay, so he knows how to help them out of this tight shot.
Yeah, I don't even know what to do.
You're not downloading a bunch of games onto this phone. You know what games you like, so tell me what games you want.
Thank you. Back in into the shot here. How are you doing, Patrick McKernan? Good? Don't lose the shot. Oh, he just okay. Just threw something out. It was some liquid, it looked like. Maybe he's threatening to light that liquid on fire. I don't know if that was water or what, but he has a lighter in his hand. The suspect
You want this
is
one?
a passenger.
Do you know how to play it?
Oh, yeah?
Lighting
I
something. Just
want
threw
to
some
do it.
liquid out of the window, not knowing what that is. But he's
There's
telling
one
dispatcher,
thing.
hey, tell the CHP officers behind us to back off, let us go, or else we're gonna explode something.
So I'm not doing anything really exciting at the moment. I'm just slicing up some chicken.
Coming in back to a tighter shot, we're gonna try to see a little better there. The suspect passenger with a hand out the window.
I like Minecraft.
Once I get this all sliced and
Nice.
organized, it doesn't take long. It doesn't take but a couple minutes for it to cook once it's frying.
Is it coming off?
Ear Buster coming in.
Andrew, stop. Do not do that one. Oh wow, power blinked for a second.
Shift to right a little bit. Just a little bit.
Warning.
No, Andrew.
You want Sonic?
The light might go black.
Definitely talking about this guy being barricaded here.
You
Here's
can
the
actually
coming
not.
out, not complying with officers, telling
You
them
what?
to back off, threatening
I'm downloading Sonic for him. Or do you want the game that I played earlier with the Disney
First he
characters?
started in the receipt area. Look at that. What is he doing? He's got something in his right hand. Hard to tell if that's a phone or is he the suspect. I did see the passenger light something for a time.
Where's my book too?
I kind of like my phone because it has that weird.
Ready to go.
My fingerprints aren't working.
Oh,
Your what?
Fingerprint.
I'm not sure.
no, it's working now. No, it's different.
So this is all the games you have, and I do not want to see any more games.
Kathy and
downloaded.
Adrian, this has got much more dramatic in the last several minutes. We're hearing that the suspect is talking to dispatchers, telling the CHP unit, or telling the dispatcher to tell the CHP unit to back off and leave them alone.
FGTV has an app.
Ignite something in the
Really?
Again, the suspect wanted for weapons and explosives
Oh,
violation.
HGTV video.
And has several warrants out for his
Is all their videos?
I'm guessing. I mean, there's no playlist, there's no recent videos, so I don't.
Dad, you know what the team was think I did that?
Oh, we just came out.
Other vehicle, you can see the CHP
I'm
there with the
still
restaurant.
working
A little
out.
touched up because it's directly under
There
the
ain't nothing on it, so
one
I'm
of the
pretty.
210 freeway transition road. You're the
With
210
having a green
transition
taking up space
Pasadena
is not fair.
on the surface street there. So
Okay.
you can see right
You'll
between
find
those
games.
two
You
roads
have
that we
YouTube
can
to
see
be
the
a little
suspect
like
in the
on
passenger
TV.
looking around to see the passenger bring his hand out the window and wave at the officer. You see the suspect
If you're still with me, say hi.
yelling at the officer through his window and telling him to back
Everybody's being so quiet. Watching me slice chicken, huh?
Again, this pursuit started in the Messina area. West Valley LAPD went into pursuit with this vehicle. They handed it off to CHP twice once they got on the freeway, and again on the freeway in the deployment area. Came down the 210 freeway eastbound and exited here in the Pasadena area and made its way to this small surface street. I don't have the name of the surface street, but it's very close to Orange Grove Boulevard. And again, the suspect with a passenger and a child on board threatening to
Mommy, where's my YouTube channel?
not back up and
Hey,
get
look.
to the
I'm
passenger.
watching.
Like
You can watch me,
that has been put out, and the driver
but you're seeing me right here, bud. You don't have to watch me
out
on
of the
there.
window.
Yeah, you don't need to watch it.
Your live again. Again, the suspect here refusing to come out and listen to the officer's command. You can see all the officers here on Leonard Street. LAPD airship overhead, circling and trying to negotiate a peaceful pursuit.
One more piece.
No.
And a very dangerous situation happening, unfolding here in
No, ask,
Pasadena.
wait.
Suspect stopping on
Ronnie's
the
sleeping, so
210
that's
freeway.
not
Passenger on board. They're
What?
lighting
Doing
something.
okay to play games
Threatening
on
to blow
phones.
up the car, blow something up.
I don't care as long as you guys stay quiet.
Or back off.
Cool.
To watch more heart-stopping car chases happening across Southern California, subscribe here. Thanks for watching. The chase is on.
You want me to change your screen name?
Yeah, since you say that, yeah.
What's your spicy one?
Did you hit save for mine?
Okay, got all the chicken cut up. That took forever. Okay, sorry about that. I'm back. We're having some wind issues and stuff like that, and I know the lights flickered for a minute, so we may end up having some power issues. I don't know. So far, since we've lived here the past year, we haven't had one outage, but that could change. So now, what I want to do is, now that I've got all my chicken cut up, I'm going to salt it. I'm gonna salt it pretty good. How you doing, J-Dog? And I'm gonna salt it, and I'm gonna let it sit for about 10 minutes while I'm getting the batter together. And what this is going to do is it's going to help tenderize the chicken. And it's going to add a lot more flavor to the chicken as well. So I'm just kind of smushing it all down. It's all cut into strips or pieces. Got a piece here that has. Getting your hand really in it allows you to feel if there's any little bone shards or anything like that. Because when they process chicken, they run it through little various machines, and it doesn't get every little chip. Hi, Lawai, how are you doing? Okay.
Oh no.
Yeah. What's Rose vlogging?
That's good. That's good. How's the weather going? Where you at? So, my dry batter is going to be about 1.5 cups of flour. Got it in my mixing bowl here. It's going to be, well, the rest of my garlic powder.
Oh yeah, 4 people.
About a tablespoon of onion powder. A teaspoon and a half. It's going to be some Italian seasoning. About a teaspoon to a teaspoon and a half. Maybe a tablespoon, depending on how much you like it. A bit of ground black pepper. And I use a peppercorn medley. It gives black peppercorn, white peppercorn, and red peppercorns. I like to use it because it gives really good flavor. We like the flavor of seasoned salt, so I'm going to use about 2 tablespoons. Just a smidgen, I mean, not very much chili powder at all. But adds a little bit of spice to those other seasonings. And that's all I need for that. And just mix this up. Okay. Oh, sorry about the screech. I'm trying to find my whisk. I like to use a whisk to mix up my flour mixture. Oh, I also add a little tiny bit of salt. About a teaspoon to a tablespoon. And that actually accentuates some of the seasonings. Okay, so it's not a white color anymore. It's kind of a reddish because the seasoned salt mixed up. And now to my smaller mixing bowl. I'm going to add about 3 eggs. Riley needs to wake up.
And so he sleeps too long and won't go to bed tonight. Riley. Riley. Come on, get up. Time to wake up. This is too much tonight. Riley, that's it tonight. Come on. Here.
And about a cup of milk. Then take my whisk, mix that up really well. Some people use buttermilk, and you could do that. I just don't have any buttermilk, and I don't have any vinegar to make buttermilk. Yeah, put vinegar into. Yeah, if you guys don't know about this, if you need buttermilk, you take 2% or whole milk and add about a teaspoon of vinegar or lemon juice, and it will actually sour the milk, which makes buttermilk. It makes buttermilk that way. Okay, so I have my egg and milk mixture. I have my chicken, and I have my my dry mix. I'm going to take a sheet pan and some parchment. Okay, because what I'm going to do is once I get these, this is going to go back and forth between the dry and the wet. Dry, wet, dry. And then I'm going to set it on my parchment, and then it's going to sit there and dry for about 10 minutes. And you can see here all I'm doing is mixing up my chicken and my dry batter. Okay, and then I'm going to take a couple pieces at a time, drop them into my wet batter, or my egg and milk mixture, I should say. Get those mixed up in there real good. Then one at a time. Or a couple at a time. I'm going to shake it as I'm moving it around because they won't stick to each other this way. Okay. Okay. Couple more. That was about half of what I had. A little more than half, but. I'm going to need to make some more dry because there wasn't enough. Okay. I'm going to add some regular flour to this because I just need to supplement just a little bit. Actually, yes, I had a live stream a couple weeks ago where I did. No, actually, it wasn't fish. I've never, because my because Andrew and Ashley don't like fried fish really much. Everything okay?
Just looking outside, there's a big storm coming.
Is there a storm coming?
Yeah, it's going from South County.
Oh.
By these two are on point. They're both sitting right next to each other with their ears perked up.
Yeah. Ruby, actually I haven't Ashley and Andrew don't like fish all that much.
I do.
So it's really hard to really plan something like that, and it's generally a spur of the moment, oh, let's get fish type thing. And generally it's the fish fillets you can buy in a box or something, and pretty simple. But I have made homemade chips. So, French fries. Okay. Let's see here. So what this does is this creates a batter layer on the chicken. And letting it sit for a few minutes will allow that batter to stick to the chicken. And when it fries, it won't like tear apart and stuff like that. So I need a little bit more space for my chicken, so I'm just going to lay it on my cutting board. If you see a spot where the chicken doesn't look like it has any batter on it, just like there's some spots. So I threw a bunch in at one time that may not have gotten some of the dry batter the second time. Just moving around in there and just make sure they're not all sticking together though. That's why I like to pull them out one at a time. Okay. It's done there. Wash your hands. While I'm waiting for those to rest a little bit, I'm going to toss on a box of mac and cheese. I'm only going to do one box because they don't need to be eating that much mac and cheese. I've got lots of chicken. Lots of chicken. Well, Ruby, I just kind of wing it with the amount of chicken that I use. I don't like having little bits of food in the freezer still. So if I only have like one or two pieces of like chicken thigh and I have another package I have to thaw because I have to cook that much, then I'm just going to cook the other little bit too, and it'll be cooked, it'll be ready to eat, just heat it up for lunch the next day, or integrate it with another meal. Like we've done some, several times with things. I mean, you can make mac and cheese one night, and then have a bunch, and then the next night have like something with smoked sausages in it. And if you cook that along with your meal, toss it in with your mac and cheese for the next day, and that's lunch for kids. Hi Jamie, how you doing? Well, I've got chicken strips battered. They are resting. And here in just a minute, I'm gonna have a cigarette real quick, and as soon as I'm done with that, I'm gonna toss them in the fryer. I got mac and cheese on the stove. But yeah, Ruby, if I've got 2 boxes of mac and cheese and I only need to cook one, I'm only going to cook one because I can fresh make the mac and cheese the next day, because there's some things that are good heated up and other things aren't. But like meats and stuff, I like to cook them kind of as soon as possible. That way they're fresh cooked. They can go in the fridge overnight or for a day or two and use them in another meal. And it's already cooked. I don't have to go through that stage, and bam, it's a quick meal. Because you guys can see, it's an hour and 15 minutes into me streaming, and yeah, I started about 15 minutes, 20 minutes into the stream, but I've been an hour and it's not cooked yet. So some things take longer. Something like this, I want to cook more of. If I have, a couple pieces left over, and not enough for our family, but enough to say, hey, I still got a few pieces, I want to cook that. So yeah, we have apparently some storms coming from the county north of us. I don't see storms on that radar though.
That's Saturday.
Oh, okay. But these kids love chicken tenders, so a lot of these will be gone. How you doing, Shayna? I'm doing homemade chicken tenders and mac and cheese and probably a can or two of green beans. Just it's a good meal, nothing extravagant, but thank you, Shayna. How's the weather where you're at? Oh, nice, Jamie. Any specific kind of chili or just regular chili? Like deer chili, turkey chili, anything like that? I always like my chili, add some sharp cheddar to it. Maybe a little bit of whipped cream or sour cream, whipped cream. And then eat, munch on some crackers with it. Wow, you're lucky. It's been off and on rainy kind of all day. Had some big storms this morning, and we're supposed to be having. Ashley just looked outside, and we got some rain coming from the north. I'm actually gonna give me just a second, and I'll.
Well, just like you said, Paula, anyone who's been injured in an accident, it was not your fault, and you do not have an attorney, call us right now. We're going to answer all of your questions, and we'll let you know what your case is potentially.
Thanks, Rob. Take action and call now.
Oh, good old beef, regular chili. Sounds good. Sometimes if I have it, I'll take some stew meat. It's if I don't have enough, I'll supplement it with ground beef. But I'll take stew meat and have cut it kind of smaller and use that in my chili, and it makes really good. It's like a steak chili at that point. My weather app's not wanting to load. There it goes. It's warm here. Don't get me wrong. It's
Our high was 62.
well, it's 60 right now. Yeah, I don't see any storms on the radar screen.
No, just a bunch of big clouds are coming in.
Oh, okay, okay. Well, hey, Freaky Geek, how you doing? Oh, what do you like to fish for?
Hi, folks.
Anything specific?
If you've been injured in an accident that was not your fault and you don't have an attorney, we have legal professionals standing by to let you know if your case is potentially worth. I'm fearless, posting Rob Wolf. So, Rob, please tell viewers at home who should be calling in right now.
Well, just like you said, Paula, anyone who's been injured in an accident, it was not your fault, you do not have an attorney, call us right now. We're going to let you know what your case is potentially worth.
Thanks so much, Rob. Call now.
Okay. So. I haven't had much time for my coffee, so. It's been about 10-15 minutes. But letting the chicken sit with the batter on it allows the batter to really stick to the chicken. So when you eat it, it doesn't like bubble off and it's really loose on the chicken. It's nice and sturdy on the chicken. Yeah, just some boiling water, making mac and cheese as well. We have 3 boys here tonight. We got the nephews here, so they're always a pleasure to have. And I'm adding these one at a time. That way they cook a little bit in between. and it doesn't overload the fryer. I only cook about 6 or 7 at a time. Well, maybe 8. Fish batter. I generally get fish batter in like a bag, but it's pretty simple. You add, it's basically the same technique that you use for chicken or something like that, but you use, you put cornmeal in with the flour as well. You don't use as much flour. I generally use like half and half cornmeal, half flour, and it gives a really good taste. Freaky geek. Oh, pan fishing, huh? Wow. That's a very Shayna. Yeah, Sprite or some of my pieces stuck a little bit together. Okay, so now I'm going to get this ready. So when I pull my my chicken out, it has a place to drain. Yeah, she is super quiet. She's just laying on the couch, relaxing. It's been a crazy day with the boys. They like to run around and create havoc. Yeah, I really like this fryer. It holds a lot of food. And you can't beat having something on sale. Oh wow, that was a good deal. Wow, that was damn. But I like this one because it holds about 2 quarts of oil, maybe 3. Yeah, a 4-quart bottle of peanut oil here is about $13. So I just use either canola or vegetable oil. Because when you really look at it, what they call the bad parts of the oil and stuff, it's not really that much of a difference. They have a different taste when you cook them, but that's the main part of it. I use my oil. Basically, depends on how much I use it and what I'm using it for. If I can't see, okay, this is the rule that I use. Okay. Is if I put my basket in, like after this use, it'll be done. I'll have to change it. Oh, hey, Alabama, how you doing? If I put my basket in and I can't see the bottom of my basket through the oil, then it's time to change it. Because it's about, 2 or 3 inches, 2.5 inches to the bottom of the basket. And if I can't see the basket or the bottom of the basket, then it's too used. And right now, using it, it's getting to that point. But it's good for this use because last thing I used it for was chicken anyway. So. Okay. All right, Shannon, thanks for coming in. I really appreciate it. Now, I don't try not to cook with lard if I don't have to. I mean, it does add some flavor to things. I do prefer bacon fat. Some things require lard for baking. But other than that, I rarely use it. So this is what they look like, nice and golden brown. You can see that chicken is nicely done, steaming. It's still really hot. Has really good flavor. You guys can see it's nicely done, nice and white. With chicken, a lot of people don't realize it, but a lot of people overcook chicken. If you cook it, my rule of thumb is when I am frying something, doesn't really matter anything. If I'm frying something and it starts floating in the oil, I wait another 30 seconds or so, and it's done. Jamie says you need to wake up and start talking because he needs somebody to argue with. Go argue with Carrie. I did not. I won't get an argument with you. That'll get her arguing with me. Are you heading out, Alabama? You have a good evening, bud. If I see you on live stream, I'll stop by and say hi. You know that. I always like to appreciate everybody that appreciates me. All right, bud. I hope you find your way out easy. Don't get lost in them woods. Yeah, especially you haven't met these ones. Wow. You want to talk about wearing somebody out? Kids is about enough to drive you crazy sometimes. Although right now we do have them settled down. They are being good right now, which is a feat. I don't know how we did it. Maybe they wore themselves out, but they need to stay that way. They say terrible twos are bad enough. But look at that chicken. Look how good that chicken looks, guys. That's a good chicken strip. Yeah. Oh yeah, we saw. We have one of those smart TVs, and it's got Netflix and YouTube and stuff like that on it. Well, we watched Vudu. Vudu is one of the integrated apps in it. If you sign up for Vudu, it's a movie streaming company. They've got a lot of free movies and a lot of free TV shows. They're generally older and stuff, but the first time you rent from them, you get a 99-cent movie. Any of their movies, 99 cents. We watched the newer animated Grinch that came out last year, and then today we watched Wreck-It Ralph. Ralph Wrecks the Internet. Really good, cute movie. Does what cost extra? What? No, Vudu is a free app. You can download on your phone, iPad, stuff like that. But I'm just saying, it's one of the apps that's on our TV. We don't have to use any other service. But it's kind of like they're teamed with Walmart and stuff. You know, Walmart has everything for cheap. But No. We have what's called a smart TV, and a smart TV, the TV can connect to your Wi-Fi, and it has apps on it. And there's different types of smart TVs, and some are Android integrated, and you can get almost every Android app on it. Others are individual brand, so that they have their own apps that can go on it. Well, Voodoo is one of the apps that can go on our TV because it's not an Android or Apple or anything like that TV. So, but Voodoo itself is free. Frog legs. I don't have any frog legs, bud.
Eating the chicken.
It's not like there's not enough.
There might not be. You see how
Oh my
much this
God.
one's eating?
You have no clue how much chicken is up here. Look at. You see all that chicken, sweetheart? She's telling me to stop eating chicken. I'm just over halfway done. I still have almost half left.
Okay, well then can we start serving some of it? I'm hungry.
Yeah. Give me just a second. Oh, nothing to be scared of a smart TV, freaky.
No Fortnite, no GTA. If I catch you watching it, you're in trouble.
What do you say?
I told him it's only as smart as the user, and he said that's exactly why he's scared.
That's why I'm scared.
Yeah, that's why he gets scared.
Sorry guys, I thought I had some dishes already cleaned. Yeah, but I forgot. It was while I was right before I took brunch, and they were used for the pancakes and eggs and stuff. Yeah.
He said kitchen music.
Yeah, that's what it is. Okay, go, boys, come pick your sauces out of the fridge. We got ranch, we got hot mustard, we got ketchup, we got.
Wait, boy.
Andrew's gonna want hot sauce, Riley's gonna want ketchup, Ryan wants ranch.
Everyone know we want wait.
Pair of socks.
I can't find the picture.
Oh, okay. Well, that's cool.
I'm gonna win people.
Hello.
Michael. Boys, go.
My sauce is already out.
What?
I already have my sauce out.
Okay. Barbecue sauce. Ketchup. Sauce. Okay, so yeah, he likes the bomb. Yeah, we wore him out today, Jamie. Now what I'm doing is, because some of them want like a buffalo sauce, I'm melting some butter, and all you do to make a buffalo sauce for dipping is you take butter and hot sauce. And melt the butter down and add hot sauce to your liking for it. Actually sit on them. That would be considered abuse. The one with the wanted ketchup.
Riley.
You will get mac and cheese after you're done. Okay, sorry about that, guys. The weather is doing some funky things to the internet, so. But these boys, they absolutely love mac and cheese, and will eat it by itself as much as they can. So I make them eat the protein, the meat, the main part of the meal before I give them mac and cheese.
No, it's not online. It's a open world.
But all you do to make hot sauce, or buffalo sauce I should say, is melt butter and add your sauce.
That's what I want. Like,
I made a lot more than I thought I would, but We actually have sweet and sour sauce.
I love pink
Yeah, they're pretty feisty little animals. Better?
Riley, what I'm doing right now is holding your phone
So guys, I don't know if you saw that.
and cleaning out your data so it can run faster.
But the power is blinking on and off. It's both.
Did Andrew get his?
Yeah. Did you get your bowl, your plate yet, Rue?
No, he hasn't got his plate.
Okay.
Mom, can we?
Actually, get back, go. You don't need me. Take this to your mom. She can get some in there for you. Okay.
Better than hot sauce. Excuse me.
Hand this to our son, please.
I need a fork. I got it.
You need a fork? Here's a fork. Welcome. Okay, so now to try to finish these. So yeah, it's really windy out. We do a night without power, or we have a night without power, or we have dinner. We have flashlights, our phones work. Do what? Freezing rains, huh?
We had that last week.
Yeah, we had that last week. Here where we live, we get the whole gamut of weathers within a very short amount of time. One day, it can be 70 degrees. 2 days later, I kid you not, it can be negative 30 degrees with wind chill. This just happened like 3 or 4 weeks ago here. So, yeah, we get the rains, the snow, the tornadoes, the flooding, everything you can imagine weather-wise we get here. So far this winter, we've had more cold days than we have in years. And we've had more precipitation, more actual rain and snow and stuff than we have in like 30 years. You want more chicken, Briley? You want some mac and cheese? Okay.
I don't want to hear it about your letter.
You're welcome. Oh yeah, we get that here.
We had that just
Do what?
today. We had that just today. What? Well, we had to get off this Tuesday and Monday.
Oh, like,
There's spring bath balls.
all those little type of, weather and stuff. Weather and stuff, every day.
I'll leave it in there. I want to use it. What's wrong? Is it too much? Leave it in there, sweetheart. I want to use it.
There's spice on me.
Got spicy on you? That's why I was trying to get you to. Too spicy? Here. Have a plain one.
I won't put up for it. I thought this.
Okay. So it ended up getting too spicy on Ashley. Hey. Okay, Freaky Geek, yeah, I was getting ready to head out myself. Thanks for coming by, Gertie Smith. You came at the very end of my stream. I appreciate you joining me. If you want to learn about more ways to cook things and learn about foods and stuff like that, Oh, now you show up, Carrie. Now you show up. I say bye and you say hi. But go ahead and hit that subscribe button and hit that notification bell. That way, you can get notifications of my live streams, and I'm always cooking something. I'm always, whenever I live stream, it's always baking or cooking something, and I'll teach you on how to cook a lot. Teach you easy ways to cook things, really good ways to cook things. It's been 2 hours into my stream. I really appreciate anybody that may have just showed up, but it's time for me to get going. I always leave you guys with a bite of what I made, and this is buffalo chicken strips. This is actually has the buffalo sauce that I just made on it. Homemade chicken strips, and really good stuff. Really good. Bye, guys.